Hello internet friends. In this video I am going to attach the fuel sender and fuel sender, I think that's what it's called. Yep, it's definitely late after I have attached this already and trying to remember parts. Anyway, first I gotta attach some nut plates and then I'm gonna attach the fuel sender. And let's see, what can I say about this learning experience? If I could do it over again, which I will, because I have a whole other tank to build after this, I think I would have added a little more fuel sealant. The plans tell you to add a 1/16 of an inch thick layer, which I felt like I achieved. And then when I was tightening it down, then it says in the plans to make sure that there's a 1/32 inch thick layer. So if you ever have to remove the fuel sender because it's bad or you screwed something up, probably in reverse order there, then you can use a blade and get it off. So we'll see. I might have achieved 1/32. All I could say is next time will be better, but I think it will be function. It looks fine to me. The floats are actually the tolerances that it says, 1/16 of an inch from the top and bottom of the tank, which you can't see because the camera is not pointed inside the tank. Maybe I should point the camera inside the tank now that I'm thinking about it. The next thing I will be doing is attaching the rear baffle, which is gonna seal the tank, and then we will never have looked inside. So I think before I do that, I will point the camera into the tank, and then we'll be able to see what we've been doing there the whole time. And actually, I'm super proud of myself today, getting a video out the same day that I recorded it, at least uploading it to YouTube the same day that I recorded it. Getting back into the groove. This tank sealant really messed with the psychology of building. Like, when you're just doing metalwork, it's pretty easy to come out and do something for 30 minutes if you have the time, or an hour, and that can turn into 4 hours. But there's like a psychological pep talk I have to give myself to be like, I'm gonna go mess with sealant. I guess one tip that I would give anyone beginning this process is you could start with less sealant. Sometimes you don't know how much sealant to mix up, and you're gonna see me here mix up about 3 times as much sealant as I need, and that's really just one popsicle stick of of sealant. And I've bothered to say I wasn't gonna measure the 1-to-10 ratio. I was just gonna put in the activator and go for it. And I did have the presence of mind to point the camera a little closer at this, since I figured at some point in the future someone would want to see how to install this fuel sender, or at least how I did it. I'm not saying that this is how to do it. This is my interpretation of what the plans say. Why do I always have my mouth open when I'm trying to figure something out? Maybe that's a habit I need to change. Anyway, this is my interpretation of how this should work. And time will tell as soon as I put the rear baffle on and then do the seal testing. I don't think I'm going to put the water in there. I think I'm just going to test it with air. After, thinking about it and getting to the stage, air seems like a pretty good option. In fact, that's what the plans say to do, so I'm going to do what the plans say. And hopefully I can repeat this process and build another tank sooner than 4 months or whatever it took me. If I go back through the videos and look at when I published it. No, I did have like holidays and family travel and everything, but I've overcome the psychological problem of, oh no, I need to mix up sealant ish, right? That's the weekend, and I don't have that problem on the weekend, except I did today when I took the kids to motocross practice. Anyway, if you are also trying to overcome the psychology of tank sealant, come chat with us in our chat groups. If you scan these QR codes, noticeably more the Slack one, then you will talk with actual humans. And I will see you there and see you in the next video.